What up, people? It's your boy Master Trudy out here with another comic review. So, this is the long-awaited annual, The Wedding of Spider-Man and Black Cat. Um, I've always liked the Black Cat and Spider-Man partnership. I always thought it was had a lot more depth. That's just me, but of course, as many people figured, this is not necessarily a wedding, but this doesn't make it any less enjoyable. In fact, I'd put it over Tom King's wedding. This went actually pretty well. This is what you would think the Bat and Cat wedding would be. But I'll let you be the judge of that. Let's continue. So we got on a rooftop, and Black Cat. The art here is very well done, by the way. Black Cat is hitting up Spider Man for a job that she wants to do. And he's like, nope, I don't want to do it. And it's like, get one of your criminal pals. And it's like, what do you need me for? And she's like, I need you because I trust you, because you can handle yourself, because ultimately you want to help people, and because that is your thing. Isn't it helping people? And he's like, all right, fine. And it's not because I'm the only person you know who that tux will fit. It's like, no? All right. And here we go. This was this is the beginning of the art. Very good. And we just see Marvel Comics requests your honor and presence at the wedding of their son and daughter. I like this. It's funny. It's okay. It's like it's funny. Sorry. So we got Felicia, Sarah Hardy, Peter Benjamin Parker, Spider-Man, Black Cat, yada yada yada. Boom. Huh. So we got the writer of honor, which is Jed McKay, and anything like that. So to put it in short, they're up to a wedding. They're getting married. But of course, it's more or less an infiltration thing. That's why they're wearing masks, well, hoods over their masks. They're being married under Maggio tradition, which is one of the crime lords. They're reminded of their duty family tradition, what's expected of them, and then the priest opens the door. But only he can, ushers the martyrs through, and everyone waits. But newlyweds fight to the death to settle their family's differences. So they're pretty much representing the bride and groom who are supposed to fight each other to death, and then whoever comes out is basically the new family is in charge, and they're the ones like that. It's like other than us getting hit, it's one hitch. We're locked in a room where the only exit is through two entire Magia families. That's a lot of death race between us and the street. And she's like, relax. So, to get to it in Midtown, I've never given a thing in my life. This is not a complaint. Only lesser men complain about what they have and have not been given. So this guy's name, Mr. Coffin, Christopher P. Coffin. It's like, instead of it's a point of pride, what I am, I made of myself. So this dude, which is one of Felicia's contacts or right hands, and so he's like thinking about, which is why Felicia Hardy's continues to so utterly baffling. She's a thrill seeker, a danger addict. On the surface, she's the antithesis of a criminal mastermind, and yet she continues to succeed in jobs where all others would fail against all odds. And so, as a scientist, I observe her, and as a criminal, I follow her. Mixing crime and science makes for a heady brew, but there's no one other worthy to quaff at such a draught as I. So he finds a bar, and then this is in parts, by the way. So there's another guy who basically does finagling on a car. He used to be ex Shield, and he also works for Felicia. We get back to the Magia hideout. He manages to Spider-Man and them just working together, and so we get some nice banter, the usually good banter, and then basically the Magia use the Dreadnought to lift that up. It's like, so these are the, so that's it. That's it. The secret Magia catacombs where they say there's some ghastly guardian. Cool, not super scared. What do you say? Ready to rage? So Spider-Man and Black Cat get ready to do their things. And then she basically says, to recap, I'm a tomb raiding secret mob crypt under Long Island with my superhero ex-boyfriend that I sort of married and I totally look great. It's like, you think Captain Marvel gets up to stuff this cool? No way, she just hangs out in space with Canadians. Oh, burn. What a nerd. Crime rules. So, here we go, setting off traps, booby traps, and of course, Spider-Man saves her. There's still that flame, whether he wants to admit it or not. And so they move. They got past the traps, keep getting past the traps, activate the first Guardian. And so they realize there's a bomb here. She had this guy to she decides this guy to basically disarm it, and he gets a message, and so he manages to basically disarm the bomb, put in the numbers, get the code, everything. He'll be wearing a mask. So basically, this is a Hydra dreadnought. Used to be Cutting Terror. Used to be a Hydra bot. Now the Maggia own it. So they pretty much fight it. They do everything. And if he tries to protect me, and he will, then I'll get him before I can play my little trick. So obviously, Black Cat has things that she likes to talk about, likes to do. And so I love this sequential art right here of their acrobatics and everything like that. And of course, they move fluidly together and everything like that. So they managed to disarm this thing and put a virus in it. And we get a nice little joke right here. It's like, what did you do? It's like, would you believe feminine wiles? It's like, I've seen the effect of your feminine wiles, so yes. That's pretty funny. So they escape. Um, these crooks come in. We see this Hydra dude like this. Hail Hydra. Delivered and witnessed. Thanks. Well, that went okay. And we just see this one guy say, wait, stop it. Ah, nuts. Meanwhile, all the families are kind of waiting for their dudes to uh, come out. So who's going to be the victor? Everybody in the match is kind of waiting. And it's like, what? What the hell? He's just like, this dude, main dude, is seeing $3 million being withdrawn from his account. And it's like, Silvio, it's like, it's your daughter's murder wedding. Shut up. It's like, you bet I got a request. Who authorized that transaction? Transaction was authorized with your voice print and code. The call came from an authorized line. It's like someone's ripping this off. And it's like, sit down. Shut up. And we just see there's a victor. So they feel like the victor is right here, and they come out with Hydra masks. Hail Hydra. So they're getting ready to bomb it, assets, and this guy comes in with the car. Yep, manages to go in, submarine mode activated, and everybody's like, whoa, what the heck, come from them? And two more shall take its place. Yeah, two. And Hail Hydra, baby. So the smoke comes off, there's chaos. Spider-Man and Black Cat escape, and they had quite the laugh. Meanwhile, it turns out that Black Cat and Spider-Man basically teamed up so that these two could leave the crime family for good, so they could be in love and everything like that. So that's that, and they did that. And this is probably one of the best thing. That's simply one of the best things that have been done. They did good. So we see that she's like saying, "Yeah, we did a good thing. We gave those kids a life." And Spider-Man's like, "Yeah, that was a good thing." It's like, it was good, wasn't it? Yeah, we've always been a good team. Though I still have got a scar from the last time he asked me to marry you, which was that other time in the 300 Spectacular Spider-Man, which was pretty nice and funny. So I thought that was a good one. But I guess I better swing off. I need to catch some muggers or something to make up for all this crime. I'm going to take the boys out to dinner for all their hard work. Then I'm getting fired up on champagne. And she's like, you could come along, right? But that's not who we are anymore. And you've got that redhead to get home to. Thanks, Spider-Man. And you'll always be my hero. And we just see the bye, Felicia. That never gets old. No, never. Well, that's the end of that. Who knows what's going to happen in their future, but they're on good terms. And, this is supposed to be the prelude to the intro to the Black Cat series. So what do I think of this? I think it was a very good, it was very good. I really liked it. It was fun. It was just normal comic Spider-Man and Black Cat teaming up, doing their thing. I'll give it a good 8 out of 10. I do recommend it. Hey, we can all have our fantasies and whatnot, but at the end of the day, this was a classic Spider-Man Black Cat comic, and I recommend that you get it. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people concerned, and discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank you for watching. Hope to have more videos up when I can. Peace.